What if every challenging moment with your child was rooted in brain science, not bad behavior? Imagine trading frustration for understanding and confusion for confidence. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? Welcome to the Empathic Psychologist podcast. I'm Sia, your science-informed assistant and narrator. Here, we break down cutting-edge child psychology into real-world strategies for families, always with the latest research and the warm guidance of Dr. George Ephraim behind the scenes. Today's episode tackles one of the most misunderstood topics in parenting and education: navigating childhood ADHD with confidence. We'll explore neurobiology, debunk myths, and deliver practical tools you can start using immediately. Ever heard of dopamine? It's like your brain's reward currency, crucial for motivation, and a key player in ADHD. And what about executive function? Think of it as the brain's project manager, keeping tasks and impulses in check. In 3 acts, we'll explore what ADHD really is, how to manage it at home, and how to advocate for your child at school. Ready to transform your approach and help your child thrive? Let's dive in. You might be thinking, is ADHD really that common? Or is it just overdiagnosed? Here's the reality. About 1 in 13 children and 1 in 18 teenagers receive an ADHD diagnosis. But many cases go unnoticed, especially in girls, minority groups, and quieter kids. The UK's National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, or NICE, flagged in 2018 that ADHD is often missed or mistaken for other conditions. Think of it like a camouflaged animal. It blends in until you learn what to look for. If you've ever felt isolated or blamed yourself, know this: you're part of a vast learning community. Recognizing the scope of ADHD isn't about labeling. It's about unlocking support for those who need it most. Why is this under-recognition a problem? It means missed opportunities for support and unnecessary struggles for families and kids alike. Imagine trying to run a race with your shoelaces tied. ADHD is like that, invisible but limiting. So, the first step is awareness. The more we see, the more children we can help. Ever heard someone say, ADHD is just an excuse for bad behavior or poor parenting? Let's set the record straight. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder with a strong genetic basis, not a result of lax discipline or too much screen time. Research shows ADHD is linked to specific differences in the brain's frontal lobes regions that manage attention, planning, and impulse control. Imagine these lobes as the air traffic controllers of the mind. If signals are delayed, things get chaotic quickly. Dopamine, a neurotransmitter, acts like a postal service for rewards in the brain. In kids with ADHD, that service is often running slow or sending packages to the wrong address. So, when your child is forgetful or impulsive, it's not willful defiance, it's wiring. Knowing this helps shift the dialogue from blame to problem solving. The next time someone suggests ADHD is a parenting issue, you'll have both science and empathy on your side. Let's dive under the hood of the ADHD brain. What's really happening? Studies using MRI scans show variations in frontal cortex areas crucial for focus and self-control are common in ADHD. Dopamine is a buzzword for good reason. It's the brain's motivation fuel, helping us prioritize and pursue rewards. In ADHD, these circuits are less responsive, meaning future rewards have less pull. Imagine dangling a future treat in front of someone wearing foggy glasses. They just can't see it. Executive function is another key concept. This mental toolkit lets us plan, remember, and regulate emotions. In ADHD, it's like having a toolkit with a few missing wrenches still functional, but daily repairs take longer. These neurobiological insights are freeing. They show that inattention and impulsivity reflect real performance difficulties, not laziness or lack of effort. When you grasp that, you can begin to see your child's challenges through a lens of compassion and strategy, not frustration. Let's talk symptoms. ADHD is classically defined by 3 main features: inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. But what do these really look like in everyday life? Maybe your child can't sit still, talks non-stop, or loses things constantly. These aren't quirks, they're telltale signs. But here's the twist. Many children with ADHD aren't disruptive. Instead, they zone out, daydream, or quietly struggle with organization. These subtler symptoms often go unnoticed, especially in girls or kids who internalize their struggles. That's why comprehensive assessment is crucial. You might wonder, aren't all kids sometimes inattentive or impulsive? Of course. The difference is severity and consistency. ADHD symptoms show up across settings and significantly impact daily life. Once you understand what to look for, you're empowered to get support without waiting for a crisis. Ever caught yourself thinking, if I just tried harder as a parent, things would be better? That's a heavy burden, but let's flip the script. ADHD is not a moral failing. It's a brain-based difference, one that responds to the right strategies. Too often, parents and teachers get stuck in cycles of punishment, not realizing these approaches backfire for neurodivergent kids. Imagine trying to fix a radio by turning the volume up when it's actually a frequency issue. The solution? Tailor expectations and responses to your child's brain. It's about working with, not against, their wiring. Once you shift from blame to understanding, everything changes. Motivation increases, relationships improve, and your child feels seen and supported. And that's the mindset we'll build on for the rest of this episode. Let's get practical. Why do traditional discipline methods like delayed consequences often fail with ADHD? It comes down to how the ADHD brain processes time and reward. Delayed gratification is tough for these kids. Their dopamine systems crave instant feedback. Think of it like training a puppy praise or correct the behavior right away, or the lesson gets lost. Introduce a token or point system. When your child earns tokens for positive behavior, they can trade them for a reward they help choose. This creates clear, tangible connections between effort and outcome, and helps your child develop self-monitoring skills and motivation. You can achieve this by having both you and your child rate their behavior separately, and then comparing your ratings together. You might ask, doesn't this just bribe my child? Not at all. That helps them develop self-monitoring skills and internal motivation over time. Immediate reinforcement isn't about spoiling, it's about helping a different brain wiring thrive. Routines are lifesavers for children with ADHD. Why? Predictability reduces anxiety and boosts independence. Imagine life as a board game. Clear rules and step-by-step turns make it much easier to play, right? Break big tasks into bite-sized steps. Use visual schedules or checklists. These are like GPS directions for the day, guiding your child from point A to B without getting lost. Keep instructions simple and specific, 1 or 2 steps at a time. When your child follows through, praise effort, not just results. This strengthens self-esteem and empowers them to try again. For minor missteps, planned ignoring can be a powerful tool. Don't reward unwanted behavior with attention, but spotlight and reward positive actions as often as possible. It's very important to actually catch your child being good and praise them right that second. For children with ADHD, the brain struggles to connect past actions with future rewards. If they clean their room at 2 p.m., a reward at 7 p.m. is too late to reinforce the habit. By praising them instantly, you create an immediate dopamine spark that locks the positive behavior into their brain. Structure doesn't mean rigidity. It's about scaffolding that helps your child climb higher, not holding them back. Here's a radical idea. What if you invited your child to be part of the solution, not just the subject of discipline? Collaborative problem-solving turns power struggles into teamwork. Ask questions like, what's going well? What feels hard for you today? This shifts the dynamic from compliance to partnership, building trust and resilience. Set realistic goals together. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. This approach harnesses the power of intrinsic motivation. Your child learns to set and achieve goals from the inside out. It's not about being perfect. It's about growing together. Think of it as co-piloting. You're both steering towards success. Over time, you'll notice fewer battles and more breakthroughs, and a deeper, more connected relationship with your child. Home strategies are half the battle. School support is the other. How do you ensure your child gets what they need in the classroom? Start with open communication and evidence-based requests. Visible rule prompts, like color-coded signs, reinforce expectations. Strategic seating, placing your child close to the teacher, minimizes distractions and maximizes feedback. Structured movement breaks allow your child to reset, preventing restlessness from boiling over. Daily report cards keep everyone, teachers, parents, child, on the same page. Some teachers might worry these accommodations are special treatment, but really, they're like glasses for a child with blurry vision, leveling the playing field so everyone can succeed. Regular check-ins with educators ensure strategies stay effective and flexible as your child grows. Ever felt like you're speaking a different language than your child's teacher? Building a collaborative relationship is key to sustainable support. Frequent, honest updates help you catch challenges early and tweak approaches before small issues snowball. Think of it as co-managing a project. The more aligned you are, the smoother things run. Share what works at home and ask what works in the classroom. Consistency across settings is like syncing all devices to the same calendar. Everyone knows what to expect and when. Don't be afraid to revisit plans as your child grows. ADHD symptoms and needs change over time, and flexibility is your secret weapon. Remember, you and your child's educators are on the same team, and together, you can unlock your child's full potential. Let's wrap up with 3 essentials. First, ADHD is a neurobiological difference, not a character flaw. Second, immediate reinforcement and structured routines are game changers at home. Third, proactive advocacy and collaboration at school open doors to success. Here's your action step. Choose one strategy, maybe a token system or a visual schedule, and try it this week. Small shifts can spark big change. You might be thinking, what if I get stuck? That's normal, and our next episode will go deeper into troubleshooting common challenges with ADHD management. Remember, terms like executive function and neurotransmitter may sound clinical, but think of them as the steering wheel and fuel of your child's brain. Understanding these helps you drive progress, not just react to setbacks. If today's insights resonated, follow us on your favorite platform, share this episode, and send us your questions. We're here to help your family thrive with science, empathy, and community. Until next time, be your child's champion and keep learning with us.